All right, troops, welcome to the Action League. My name is Owen. Hello, Sean, J-Man, Charlie, and John. How are we?
What's
Good.
happening?
All right, thank you for joining me as always. So tonight we're going to be discussing John Woo's seminal action classic Hard Boiled, starring Chow Yun-fat, which incidentally, like me and the guys before we went online there, we were talking about Tubi and how it really is just streets ahead of any other streaming channel right now. Like the amount of action movies it has are fantastic, but because of, like John was saying, like the Shout Factory have the deal with them, and they got Hard Boiled, they got City on Fire, they got tons of like classic Hong Kong action movies, which I'm going to be like watching and reviewing over the coming weeks and months. So and it's free. I love that it's free,
and the ads aren't super annoying.
No, it's like 2 or 3. Yeah.
You're totally fine. So
right.
Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. So I started watching a roundup earlier with Don Lee, and that's awesome so far. So I'm going to watch all those movies and cover them. So yeah. So if you're looking for a good action channel, Tubi, hey, Tubi, you should sponsor us. By the way, just putting that out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. We're good guys.
we need a sponsor. So yeah, I would take Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi. Come on.
Yeah, come on. So Hard Boiled, starring Chow Yun-fat. Now, I'm going to make a bold statement. But this is arguably the greatest action movie ever made. Like, just when I was watching it recently, I was like, this is still an incredible movie. Every moment, and like that final 45 minutes in the hospital, just with all the explosions and him jumping out the window with the building exploding behind him. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, you got Chow Yun-fat, who's arguably the coolest, most charismatic person that ever lived, apart from me. And no one looks cooler smoking than him, as we were just discussing. And I was like, no one will ever be as cool as Chow Yun-fat smoking. And there's just so many moments of just absolute cool in this movie. Like, I love him sliding down the banisters, firing the guns. I mean, that's so awesome. I mean, this movie is responsible for, it's like the inspiration for so many movies. Like Adam said there, I'm gonna go, inspiring characters like Max Payne, The Matrix. I was like, there's like so many.
Oh God, yeah.
And then there's the sequel on the video game, Stranglehold.
Yes.
I've got that on Xbox 360, and it's actually awesome. And it really feels like it. You just go and just shooting the shit of everybody, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm trying to think of what my favorite scene is, but it's probably the warehouse scene. When all the motorbikes are like flying all over the place and exploding, and when you're just watching it, you're like, God, I miss movies like this. It's true, they do not make movies like that anymore. The music's cool. I mean, I will put my hand on say it is very dated sounding and very much of the time, and it's kind of cheap sounding, but it's still cool anyway. But yeah, I had actually a couple of notes for this one because I knew I'd forget, which I did because I am jet lagged. So the fact that Chow Yun-fat is called Tequila, which is just one of the best character names ever. But one of the shout-outs I want to make sure I made was Philip Kwok as Mad Dog, who's one of my favorite characters, like after Tequila, because he's sort of like a scary henchman type at first, but then he has this like totally awesome like redemption arc,
right?
Which is really cool. And whenever I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, oh, where have I seen him? He's General Chang in Tomorrow Never Dies. I was like, oh my God, so he is. So I remember that. Also, I had like a Mandela effect with this movie. I always thought Alan died at the end.
He was supposed to.
Well, spiritually, his evil persona dies. So there you go.
Yeah. I guess because like you see him like on the boat at the end, but I always remember I was like, didn't he die at the end? Yeah. So like he kind of should have died because like wait, didn't you like murder lots of people earlier on in the movie? They were all bad guys, but still.
Yeah.
Not all of them. He did.
Yeah, he did kill that one by accident. Bullshit.
Anthony Wong is just amazingly deranged as Johnny Wong, just shooting innocents. I remember the first time I watched this movie, and he just like shoots all the innocent people in the hospital. You're like, holy shit! It's like, at that period, like you would never see a Hollywood movie do anything like that. It was like so ballsy and crazy. But that's all I'll say about it for now. I'll let you guys say stuff was around this. No, I'll shut my whore mouth and I'll let you guys go first. So, Sean, over to you. Hard Boiled.
Hard Boiled. I had this on VHS. I think I had Killer on VHS as well. And I feel like that was a different subtitle job than what we have today. Because I just distinctly remember when the baby's on him, He says, "You saved the day, you little piss pot," and now your pee saved the day. And I get no one says piss pot.
No, he says it in the dubbed version. The dubbed version on Tubi, he says piss pot because that's for some reason the most memorable line of the movie. I don't know why, but I always laugh whenever he says it. He's like, "You saved the day, there, you little piss pot. Thanks a lot." And that's in the dubbed version.
Yeah, it is in the dubbed version, and it's in that VHS.
Yeah, holy crap!
But
the piss
I don't
pot
know. Yeah, it might not be in the. I have it on Blu-ray, but I actually ended up watching it on Tubi because I've seen it so many times. I'm like, I'll just have it on. I wasn't,
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, at the time, it was trendy to like Chinese or Hong Kong action pictures like this, and to me, Chinese action was Shaw Brothers and stuff, right? It wasn't so much guns and things. I associated that with America, but like watching this, I was like, and the other thing too is it was the '90s, and I feel like everyone was trying to one up each other in terms of shock and everything. So like that, most of the movies in that hospital, I think I would say like 70 minutes of the movies in the hospital. And when they start shooting all the ends of people, after a while, I'm like, okay, like all these people in crutches are going to die. I know that, right? And even when they're trying to like rescue the babies, they're shooting at them. It's like, I don't even understand the strategy of shooting them, trying to save the babies. Just like, it doesn't matter at this point, but whatever. They're being assholes at that point. My favorite scene is when they bring Chow Yun-fat into that area with all the hostages, and there's like cuts of everyone's face going like they're all nodding out like that, and then they all duck down, and then he shoots at all the people, and that's awesome, man. Yeah, that whole baby thing, I remember at some point, I don't know if it had a theatrical release here or something like that, but when they used to always talk about this in entertainment segments on the news, they would always show that part with the baby, and that became like the key art for the for the packaging and everything, and that's like the last 10 minutes of the movie. It's like you're gonna watch the whole movie, like, when does this baby thing happen? It's like right at the end. Right?
It's the very last thing.
And he's not in the same outfit on the key art. The key art, he's in like a police uniform.
Right.
Yeah, it's different.
And holding a baby, and he's never in that uniform the entire movie.
I think he posed with the baby in a later, like, it's like another day.
Yeah, it was all promo stuff.
We'll put fire behind you, you'll be fine. This is awesome. I remember trying to follow up with other John Woo movies later on. I came across Heroes Shed No Tears.
Yeah.
And that came out in like 86 or something like that. And back then he was trigger happy. It's like he's blowing up houses and shit. So like he's already at 11, right? So then he he puts more style into it with like the dissolving all the time, or like freeze framing on some dude and all that stuff. But yeah, no, this was I remember this was a slap in the face back then. I think that's why it captured the imagination here, because you get sort of tired of Hollywood doing the same old thing. And you see this guy taking all the tropes of Hollywood and doing something brand new that looks brand new at the time. So yeah, no, this is awesome. It's a classic. It's something that people I don't think really talk much about. And I don't really see like the big reactions on YouTube. But
they're there.
I know you talked about that. There's like maybe 2 guys or something. There's not a lot of people, but
there's like maybe 4 or 5 that I found, and the tea house is happening. They're dying over there. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing. I was like, dude, that's like the weakest. It's like it gets even more amped up. Like people are like, oh, and this one guy.
Oh, in the beginning, yeah.
The one guy's like, it's only been 10 minutes. Oh my god!
Yeah. I think it's like 3 minutes in they start shooting. It's like, what the hell, man? I love the sound design of the guns. There's a lot of bass to it. It's really like it's impactful, So anyway, yeah, it's awesome. I don't know if anyone's gonna say anything bad about this. I would say it gets a little. It is long. But I feel like I had a big satisfying meal at the end of it. It's like this is the action movie of action movies. You want to watch an action movie, it's this. Like there's a handful of them, right? So
yeah. I mean, this is up there with Die Hard for me. Whenever people are like, in top 5 action movies of all time, this should be named. And if it's not, then don't call yourself an action fan, really, because I mean, it's a fantastic film. The action scenes are just outstanding. Just watching it now, you're just like, it's just a masterclass in action filmmaking. So Right, I'm going to go to Charlie because he might have something controversial.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I didn't say controversial. I said I may have something a little bit more interesting to say. Today was the first time I watched this movie all the way through.
Oh,
I
what's
had
that?
never sat down and watched this. This was not available when I was growing up at my rental store. This never could rent it. Didn't really know who John Woo was until way later, like after I had figured out what, Face Off and Broken Arrow and those. It was after then I realized, oh, like, this guy did Hard Target. Like, I didn't know the director when I watched those movies. I just went, this movie's badass and I love it. And went through my 20s and my 30s, and I have seen some of the key points of this movie. I've seen like the tea house fight, most of the warehouse one, and a good chunk of the hospital. But I have never actually sat down and watched this movie from start to end. And goddamn, this movie's fucking awesome. I was blown away. Yeah. So I said not super controversial, but it was going to be odd that. And this movie's not really readily available unless you're ready to drop like $50-$60 to get a DVD or a Blu-ray. And then some of them were region locked, so you had to be careful which Blu-ray you ordered. And so I never sought it out. And then whenever we found out this was coming, to Shout Factory, getting it, and you picked it, I was like, finally, I can see this movie fully. Number one, it was beautiful. The Shout Factory rip of this on Tubi is probably damn near the 4K, at least up converted. Just seeing everything that I knew John Woo for, like from Face Off and Broken Arrow, that stylized, like seeing the two shootout between the not Chow Yun fat guy. I can't remember. Is it Alan? Is that character's name? So Alan and Mad Dog.
Tony Long.
Going behind the pillars and not quite doing the back-to-back that we all know, from the Americanized ones, but you see the start of it. And then Chow Yun Fat getting the double guns early in this movie. I was like, oh shit, he was doing this early on. And then they make a joke. One gun makes you Superman, two guns make you God. And I was like, yeah, this is, and he never reloads in this movie. I absolutely love that. That was my whole, as much as people bitch about that in movies, I loved it in this. I went, please don't ever fucking reload. I don't want to see you drop one clip and put another one in, Chow Yun Fat. And he's the only one. Everyone else reloads, does weird shit. I don't know what my computer's trying to do right now, being stupid. But I love this. This was awesome to sit down and watch all the way through. I went Sean a little bit. It's a tad long. And the only thing I will say is I had no fucking idea what the storyline was till almost the end of the movie, where I went, oh wait, he's hiding all the weapons under the hospital. The hospital's a giant front/hostage situation for when he needs it. And that gas doesn't do shit that he let off into the basement, because no one died from the stupid gas that he let off into the basement. But this movie was badass. Like, I see every bit of John Woo in this. I also went, damn, I'm sure Jackie's watching it with me, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's John Woo. And it's the guy talking to him in the bar in between certain shots. I actually enjoyed the hell out of that. Just listening to him and Chow Yun Fat talk was a lot of fun. Yeah, I have zero complaints about this movie. I didn't think I would. I was glad I actually got to sit down and watch it fully and understand. And there's the start of one shot scenes. Like there's one where the camera doesn't cut when they're in the hospital scene.
It's the wonder.
Awesome.
It's awesome. It also felt like a fucking video game. If you ever played the Area 51s or anything like that in the arcade, where bad guys would just jump up randomly and you'd shoot them and they'd fall. There were like half a dozen bad guys that would just jump up, he'd shoot it, and he'd fall through a window, just video game style the whole way. And I was here for it. I had so much fun watching this movie. No complaints. Badass. Love John Woo. And I could see the start of what he becomes later in America. So yeah, that's my controversial take on this. I had a blast.
It's not controversial at all. Okay.
I didn't want my card taken away because I knew about this movie and I had seen parts, but I was like,
it's okay, Charlie.
I'm gonna John, you didn't even see this in the theater, sir. So
I did not see this in the theater.
That's it.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, that's the thing. Like, without John Woo, like, I don't think he gets enough respect even as a director. A lot of think Western audiences kind of sort of laugh at his movies or whatever, or the style, or whatever. Like, oh, that's stupid or whatever. And you're like, no, you're stupid. It's called style. Look it up.
Yeah.
And you know the balletic violence and everything. And he says that he likes the action scenes to look like a ballet. You know, and it's just really, really cool.
He adds a little bit of levity to it too. Like when Chow Yun-fat gets all the flour, you know, blown on him in the tea house fight, and he walks out wearing it. It's an emotional scene because his partner just died, but he's fucking covered in flour, Three Stooges style when he walks out.
And that was Chow's idea as well to do that.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. This was a great movie.
Yeah. No, John or J-Man.
Whichever.
We're all gonna say the same shit.
Everyone's gonna say something. All right, John, go ahead.
I do have two personal stories that are really fun for this movie in different time periods, so mine will be longer. So
all right, so John, you go ahead and.
Listen, like, what can you say about John Woo? Like, yes, you just said he doesn't get respect. I don't think he gets any of the respect that he deserves. He basically redefined action. You know how we talk about like John Wick changed the face of action, or Bloodsport changed the face of John Woo changed the face of the whole entire genre. If you remember, like back in the day, like before John Woo movies became a thing, or before anybody knew about John Woo, like, shootouts were kind of boring, especially if you go back into. Listen, I'm a Dirty Harry fan, but like if there's like if you watch a shootout in Dirty Harry, then you watch a shootout in Hard Boy, you're just like, yeah, that one.
Yeah, Dirty Harry was more about gritty realism.
Yes,
rather than
it
style,
was.
and
Yeah, I get that too. But here's the thing: like, he changed the face in the sense that, like, a lot of times, like, movies would do like where the guy shoots and then a camera cuts and then you see the guy get hit. John Woo was like, no, screw that. It's all the same shot. So you got the guy shooting and the guy getting hit at the exact same time. Every death in a John Woo movie, especially in this one, is epic. Every time somebody dies, every time somebody gets shot, it's epic. They die magnificently. It's just like they're flying, they're flipping, and every time when bullets hit like walls in American movies, they make holes. Here, things explode. It's like
dude,
everywhere.
So
like,
awesome.
There's flashes of light. It's insane. Like what he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the kitchen sink because I'm John Woo and I can do that. And I remember the first John Woo movie I saw was The Killer, because again, I was fortunate enough, my uncle owned a video store, and I think it was Tai Sang, which was a video label back in the day, that released The Killer on VHS, and my mom brought it home. This is before I was working for my uncle. She was already managing the store. She's like, here, I thought you might like this. I'm like, look at him. Like, I have no idea who these people are. I'm like, but they're holding, but him and I forget the other actor are holding guns to each other in the cover. And I'm like, oh,
Tough Cop 1, Ruthless Killer, 10,000 Bullets, or whatever.
Exactly.
I had that VHS also.
Right. And of course it's the dub version, but that's fine because sometimes I don't feel like reading anyways. But I popped into my VCR. It's just like, I have no idea what I'm watching right now, but this is the coolest shit ever. Like, and John Woo knows how to do action in the sense that, okay, how can I make this action scene better? And like at the end of The Killer, all the bad guys are wearing white. So that way when the blood squibs go off, you really see all the blood going all over the place. And then for whatever, exactly. And like with Hard Boiled, it's like, it's just it is a little bit long. I'll totally agree with you guys there, but it's just it's a masterclass of what we can, like, with somebody with a mind and knows creativity. I mean, he created Gun Fu, the heroic bloodshed, bullet ballet. I mean, all those terms were described because of John Woo. And it's a dance. It's like and that's how he sees it in his mind. He's like, I'm going to do this action scene, but I'm going to do it like it's a ballet, like it's a dance, like Owen, like you already said. It's going to look beautiful, but it's going to look beautiful in the most savage way. And like Tony Leung, I feel so bad for he's like deep undercover, and like nobody really knows about it except for Tequila's commanding officer, who is your generic command. He's yelling at Tequila all the time.
Yelling at everybody. I loved it.
And Tequila's basically like, all through them, it's like, I don't care, you know. It's like, I'm Tequila, motherfucker, you know. But it's like, But like, and then at the end, Tony Long accidentally shoots the cop when he comes out of the elevator, and he's like, and then Tequila's like, keep going, keep going. He's like, you have to do what you have to do. You have to shoot. And he's like, did I just kill a cop? He's like, yeah, you did. But let's keep moving.
Yeah.
But it's like it, and then the babies. Oh my god! And like, they asked him, John, why did you have the baby piss on the? He's like, well, babies always piss on me when I hold them, and I'm like, makes sense to me. It's like that makes perfect sense. So like, yes, he jumps out of the building, but he's holding a baby in his arms while he's doing it, and it's if you think about it, it's the most insane thing ever. But it's the most insane thing ever in the best way possible. And like I said, I watched this last night, and I don't think I've seen it for the longest time. And I'm watching, I'm like, why have I not watched this more? Because it's a master class on how to do action. And is it over the top? Yes, there's a lot of over the top, but that's what John Woo does. He says, I'm gonna go big or go home. And and yes, in his later years that he's still making movies like Silent Night and stuff like that. A lot of people pissed on that movie. I personally thought it was awesome. It was a different type of John Woo movie. It was gritty. It was, there wasn't a lot of double gun action. But one interesting tidbit is Chow Yun Fat sliding down the banister at the beginning. That was improvisation. It wasn't supposed to happen in the scene, but they wanted him to come down, I guess, the staircase the fastest way possible. So that's what they did. So even stuff like that, like just improv, and it's like one of the best action scenes ever. Him sliding down that banister and shooting at people. The doves, the birds. For whatever reason, it's just like it's like a marriage of I guess it's John Woo's way of saying this is something beautiful, but something so barbaric at the same time. I mean, he made Tom Cruise an action star, if you think about it. Yeah, Tom Cruise did some action before. He did the first Mission Impossible, which, yes, he did action in Mission Impossible. But for anybody to make Tom Cruise look cool doing martial arts, it's John Woo. And I love Mission Impossible 2. I think it's my favorite.
Amazing.
It seems so cool to dump all over it these days for everybody. And I'm like, I'm sorry, movie's fucking awesome.
And this is one time where John and I are like perfectly aligned. It's like, Mission Impossible 2 is the best.
Simpatico.
Right 2 is always my favorite. I want to go back and watch it soon.
I love to. They fought with motorcycles.
Yes, I was just going to say. Once again, John Woo said, you can see John Woo standing in the desert going, how can we make this better?
But that's exactly
I got it. Let's have them charge it.
It's like the best ever version of the theme tune where it's like the fucking electric guitar.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's
dude.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Yep.
Sorry, John.
I'll stop it there for now. Like I said, like you can't say enough cool shit about this movie. Like I said, The Killer, Hard Boiled, A Better Tomorrow. If you're not an action fan, you have to be an action fan to love these movies. I think mainstream audiences kind of, but yeah, you don't love action movies if you don't love John Woo movies. And like I said, he doesn't get the respect he deserves, and it pisses me off.
I agree 100% with that. Yep. He doesn't get the respect. I want to say one thing though, where we've all kind of mentioned the length. When I found out that final battle was 45 minutes,
that's true.
I was like, you know what? I'm okay then. Because you gave me a 45-minute long fucking epic battle at that hospital. And I'm not upset with that at all.
And nobody knew like oneers. Oneers weren't a thing. Like, and then here it is. And it's and if you notice, he does the 1-2 minute long oneer scene, but then he's got little oneer scenes like where
they're small, like 30-second, 40-second.
It's compact. And I'm just like, and I'm watching it last night, and it's like for the first time because I haven't seen it, and I'm picking up all these nuances that I hadn't noticed before. It's just it's just beautiful in the most savage way. That's the best way I can explain it.
Hell yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah. At some point, actually, because all the movies I think are on Paramount Plus now for Mission Impossible, including Final Reckoning, I think. So it might be time for us to do a ranking soon, which would be really hard.
Oh Jesus!
It's gonna be impossible. I just rewatched them all except for the last one. I'm waiting for like the super pack. I don't own it. I think I own part 4 on Blu-ray. I'm waiting for like, the 4K.
I'm waiting for
the
last
I'll just
one
buy that and then I'll watch them like proper. I just watched them this year. How many is there? 8 of them? How many is there? 7 or 8?
There's
8. 7. Yeah.
Is it 7 now? Yeah.
So I watched 6. I watched the 6 of them. Like, and I did
8, I think, right?
There's 8. There's 8.
Actually, yeah. Fallout was 6. Yeah.
Okay, so I did like Saturday, Sunday, like part 1, part 2. Next weekend, part 3, part 4. Like I did it like that. Like my wife and I sat down because she loves them too. It's one of the action things that we both super enjoy. We watch them. I don't even know how I'm going to rank it. I'm going to say,
other
than that, I don't know.
Well, I know what you're
Fallout.
going to have. Mission
Well,
Impossible
3 is
3
the
without
worst one, of course. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. my wife's like, can we remove that one from the rotation? I said nothing. You guys, I'm not influencing anyone. I
Right.
sat there and watched the movie, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't like this one that much." I was like, "Okay."
Oh,
I'm not saying
interesting.
anything.
I said nothing, and then when it was all over, she's like, when we redo these, can we could skip 3, right?" I was like, I said, "That's J.J. Abrams." She's like, "Oh, that's the person you don't like." I'm like, "Yep."
Jar Jar Abrams.
And now
There
you
you
don't
go.
like him. Yeah.
But his
You don't
career's
like
been
him
over
either.
since
She doesn't
he,
like him either.
yeah, I mean, his career's been over. He hasn't directed anything since Rise of Skywalker, and I was like,
think
finally,
everyone
I think-
finally understands, but it's too late. He
Yeah.
destroyed
Yeah.
like how many franchises? Like
Exactly,
Too late,
yeah.
Jay. Too late.
anything with star in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's
Yeah.
only doing what, producing or stuff like that, or television now, going back to that. So stay
Yeah.
there. We don't give a shit.
Where did J.J. Abrams hurt you? Well,
Every
to be
movie-
honest, I think
Everywhere.
he has zero talent. All he does is copy other people and reference other better filmmakers.
And then doesn't have an idea, and it's like a mystery box. Like,
Yeah,
and then-
it doesn't know how to do endings at all. Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, he killed Han Solo as well, so fuck him for that.
and
Well,
yeah.
and he tried to be Mr. Star Wars. It's like
Yeah,
you know, it's like he tried to associate himself with Star Wars. Like he
Yeah.
was the big guest star, you know, presenting Star Wars stuff on
yeah.
TV
Without
shows.
a single original idea whatsoever. It was just all, you know, like
Yeah.
The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens is just a copy of, you know, A New Hope, as
Star
we all
Wars.
know.
Yeah.
And then Rise of Skywalker was just so lazy. You know, somehow Palpatine returned. Sith magic. Oh, look, clouds. Yeah, and
What's that over there?
Yeah,
it's right that he hasn't been directing anything since.
And his Star Trek movies are an abomination of trash. I
they're not good.
despise them. Absolutely despise it. I cannot despise something more than I despise those movies, because I love the real Star Trek so much. We're just watching Next Gen for the 4th time over, which is my least watched Star Trek. And it's
You didn't
4
like the
times over.
BMX bikes in part 3 or whatever with Star Trek Beyond, was that what it was called?
Oh,
It was like
yeah,
BMX
yeah.
bikes
Where
and
he's on
stuff.
the motorcycle
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's running
Someone
around.
lied
Yeah.
to my face. My cousin, she's like, "Hey, part 3 wasn't that bad." I'm like, "Really? Okay." And then I'm like, "But you hate Star Trek." It's like, so I watched it.
That's
No,
the point.
it's absolute
Yeah,
garbage. It's
You're
like,
gonna hate it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you should hate it. If
And
it's
yeah,
good
I
Star
think
Trek,
it's
you
worse
should
than
hate it.
I think it's worse than Nemesis, Adam. I really do.
I didn't
Mm.
hate Nemesis, to be honest. I thought it was all right. It had its moments.
It's a weaker one of
Nemesis,
the
Yeah.
no.
It's
Oh,
weak.
it's way worse than that. At least
Yeah.
it's the real characters.
right.
At least it's the real Picard and Data and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's Tom Hardy, so you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Bold.
So that's cool. Right, John, are you finished?
I was just gonna say, like, and like, you know, if you show how much John Woo is respected in you know, his field, like, because imitation is a sincerest form of flattery, and like you got people emulating him, you know, like, and again, I always like different like movies that I love throughout the '90s, like Hard Justice with David Bradley, Greg Utanis directed it, totally lifted from John Woo, but again, did a pretty good job, I thought, and then of course Dolph Lundgren's Army of One in that Chop Shop sequence, even does the rolling, you know, and he's picking up guns, you know, as he's rolling by. It's like, that's how you know that his peers respect him, you know. Mainstream audiences, they'll never catch up, I
But
guess.
you never hear, like, filmmakers are always going on about Kurosawa all the time and everything. Yes. Yeah, Kurosawa was great and all that. So, Kurosawa's great. And I always go back to, you know, Jacques Tati and what's his name? I forgot his name. Anyway, Tarkovsky, the Russian film. Yeah, they all go going about. But it was like, whenever like there's action filmmakers, nobody ever says, "Oh yeah, John Woo was a huge influence." And I was like, "Well, he fucking is, because he's awesome."
Yeah.
He is, whether they want it. They actually he's such an influence that he's an influence whether they know he's an influence or not, because it's trickled down, right? This is like some of these big filmmakers where it's your influence whether you know you're influenced or not. Same with writing. You're influenced by Edgar Rice Burroughs whether you think you are or you're not.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, it's like, no, I didn't read any. It doesn't matter. It's become part of the aesthetic of action. Like, it is part, like now seeing the two guns or any of that stuff is part of what makes action. So
exactly,
you are influenced. You might not know that.
Yeah.
Which is sad. And I think that's what you're alluding to. You're saying it's sad, the fact that even the people that are copying him don't even know that that's where it's coming from.
But even then, like he even admitted that his biggest influence was Sam Peckinpah, and
Yep.
he was like
Yeah.
huge influence the Wild Bunch and everything, because I think that was the movie that invented like the horses jumping through glass windows and things like that. So in slow motion, and John Woo was I know he was heavily influenced by that, but in terms of like Hard Boiled to me is like one of the most influential action movies ever made, and really doesn't get the respect it deserves. Even though people, it does get good reviews and whatever, and yet people just don't talk about it as much. Maybe it's just because it's not an American movie, I guess.
Yep.
Well, it's like I was saying, like it happened to me. It wasn't readily available like everything else was. It
And
wasn't.
that's sad. I mean,
Yeah.
because I don't like when I was growing, like I was, because I'm older than you are, but
Mhm.
it's like, and I got those on VHS, so I'm like, I'm kind of bummed that you weren't able to experience those. Like,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
when you realize how rural I live, it's lucky
yeah.
we even got multiple places to go rent movies.
I
But
get
they're
you.
not going to go for the foreign imports. That
Right.
was where it was always lacking. You want to watch martial arts? It was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right.
So I didn't get the older stuff, and also there's no internet. I can't go, I like this John Woo, where can I find all his other movies?
Yeah, it's very
Because if you go to your rental person place, they're going to be like, I don't know what was in this box of this that I got 50 movies in, and it could be dramas and comedies and everything, wherever they got their distributor from. So they're not getting the placard or the VHS that goes, check out John Woo and all his other movies, everything he's done from such and such year on. Because this guy's filmography, when I just scrolled it last night and I went, holy shit, this guy's been making movies for a long ass time before Hard Boiled. I always used to say, oh yeah, one of John Woo's early movies, like Hard Boiled,
Yeah. Last Hurrah for Chivalry was a good one too.
Last
Yeah,
year,
Lost Raw for sure. Yes.
I mean, I've got a lot of stuff to go back and watch, and I'm excited to now. So
it should be super easy to get now, right?
oh,
Yeah.
now I can. I mean,
Well,
hell,
most of
this
them are
is
on Tubi now, which is great.
Yeah, this on Tubi. This one I saw as part of Criterion now. So Hard Boiled is at least in that, area of the internet. But, even 10 years ago, trying to find this was either pay out a lot of money for a movie or hope you find it in a thrift store or something like that on DVD.
True.
Okay, Jay, over to you.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone said so. I agree with everybody's assessment. This is the best. If you're talking about just the action sequences, then this is the best action movie that I have personally ever seen. In terms of the action sequences, if you're talking about the full package, including the story, the runtime, and all that, then I suppose it's not, but it would still be top 3 or something, anyways, because I like the story and I like the characters as well. The big point, and John said this, was the having it in the frame of the camera. Like, remember that scene where that guy got shot once? Nope. Because everyone gets shot 100 times. Why shoot him once? Yeah. Why shoot him once when you can shoot him many times? Yeah. But having it in the same shot, there's like guys on bikes blowing up, shit getting hit over here while guys are shooting and guys are getting shot. I love Dirty Harry, like big time. I don't want to throw that under the bus, because we'll say other movies which are not as action, oriented as this movie, have it where it's like, it's like, and then it's like, they're cutting away, right? But seeing all this in one thing play out, especially in the enclosed section of the second action scene, like the tea house is pretty awesome, but they did move to different levels. That was awesome, just that one small, but it keeps getting bigger. So as the movie goes, they expand the location. So it's the little tea shop, and then it goes to the warehouse.
I would accept the tea shop as a final action scene in some American movies.
I literally agree with you. I was going to say that too. I was like, if that was the last, you're like, oh, god damn, that was fucking awesome. And that's the beginning of it. So I did have this on VHS and Killer and other movies and stuff. So anyways, it's awesome. It's a masterpiece. Okay, so I have 2 funny stories. The first story is I was on this day 1. In high school, I think grade 11 or 12, whenever this movie was out, it was out on VHS. I used to go downtown and buy VHS movies, and I can't remember the guy's name. Christian, that was his name. This guy Christian in class, where he was talking, he'd come in and he'd be like dancing to himself, like, what do you like? I don't know. And so we'd probably be like, why is this guy like dancing like as he comes into class? So we were talking, And everyone's like, "Oh, Jay, what'd you go get this weekend?" I said, "Oh, I got this movie called Hard Boiled. I haven't seen it before. I don't know what it is." But I said it has the guy, which is in The Killer. It's like, to me, John Woo wasn't the name; it was Chow Yun Fat, which was the name, right? So it's like, oh, it's got that. Oh yeah, it's got the killer guy in there. Yeah. And then Christian's like, "Oh, is that what Hard Boiled?" I was like, "Yeah, Hard Boiled." He's like, "Oh man, that movie's awesome." He goes, "It's a masterpiece, right?" And he's like, "You got to tell me when I watch it." I was like, "We've never spoken." And in high school, it's like, you got your people, right?
Yeah.
It's like, who's this guy, right? And it's like, oh, why is Christian talking to me? So I was like, okay. And then next week it was law class. Next week, he's like, did you watch Hard Boiled? I was like, no. He's like, and I've stolen this and used this my whole life. And I've said it to you guys, where he's like, I know you didn't watch it because you didn't come in saying how awesome it was. So he goes, when are you going to watch it? This is the second conversation I've ever had with this kid. I said, okay, I'm going to watch it next week. He's like, okay. I didn't watch it. Came back. He's like, did you watch it? I was like, no. He's like, Jay, when are you going to watch it? You have to, please. He was begging me. And he's like, please watch it. I guess he had no one to talk to, right? Like about this. I came in, I sat there, I was like, Christian. He's like, oh, you saw Hard Boiled. It's like you lost your virginity. It's like, you saw Hard Boiled.
Across your forehead said Hard Boiled on your forehead.
See, like, I was a changed person. I was a changed man. He's like, you saw Hard Boiled? I was like, I did. Oh my God, right? And this is this week. So then I've taken that. I was Moses or whatever. I took the VHS tapes, and I was like, okay. And I don't loan anything. I did loan this to our mutual friend Sean. Oh. And I either loaned it to him, and then he just said, no, I don't want it or something. And I was like, okay, you got to watch Hard Boiled. So he didn't want to take it. He didn't want to take the tape off me. So I bought him Hard Boiled. And these are like like what you're saying, Charlie, like $40 VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't care. You know me, I'll just buy it. I don't care. So I gave it to him. I was like, when are you going to watch this? And I bugged him every day. And it finally, stupid guy was like a month later, finally watched. He's like, oh, that was an awesome movie. He's like, I told you. So that was that. So now fast forward to Face Off. Face Off. I saw every John movie in the theater. Face Off came out. Went to go see it. And I was like, that was awesome. Not this Sean, the other Sean.
Yeah.
Walked out with my buddy Fariaz and my buddy Jay, my other friend Jay. Same name as me, both Jasons, from kindergarten. We're still friends now. 4 of us walked out. We're like, whoa, Face Off. That was awesome. Right? I thought John Travolta was badass. Oh, Nicolas Cage was badass. And then my friend Sean was like, oh, that movie was even better than Hard Boiled. I was like, hold on a second, Sean. I said, hold on a second. And now you guys know me by now. It's me. I'm the same person. I'm the same. If you knew me, I'm the same person. I was like, well, hold on a second right there. Let me stop you 1 second. I said, don't get too crazy about that.
Settle down.
I said, settle down. The Face Off's a fantastic
It's a
movie.
good movie.
I got this. I've got the CD of Hard Boiled. I got the CD of Face Off. I got the Broken Arrow soundtrack. I've got the Hard Target soundtrack. I had all those on VHS. And I re-upgraded them all on Blu-ray, whatever. If Hard Boiled 4K, I'm getting it. I was like, Sean, Face Off, awesome. Absolutely loved it. It's a great movie, great story, good performances. It's not Hard Boiled. There's no chance in the universe, right? He's like, what are you fucking talking about? And Sean's laughing. I can already see Sean laughing because he knows how the other Sean talks, right?
No, he's what are you fucking talking about?
Okay, 90-minute argument.
Oh,
Listen. You know it's me.
endurance.
It's me, right? I'm not backing down. And it's not like a stream where you just shut me down or on text you stop responding, right? Like John just won't respond anymore. Oh, Superman sucks, and he just stops responding, right? So, but Sean won't stop either. Me and Sean are the same. We will not stop. So then you try to recruit the other 2 guys. I was like, Jay, Fariaz, you've seen Hard Boiled. Is this guy insane right now? Like, what are you saying? They're like, we're not getting involved. I was like, now you're pissing me off because
Don't be cowards.
It's like, you need to get involved in this. And then later they privately said, yeah, Hard Boiled's way better. I don't know why Sean was so being crazy that day. So it's just like, it was 9. The entire drive home from downtown, we were dropping off guys. Sean and I, he dropped me off last. He's supposed to drop me off, and then Jay, he dropped me off last to continue the argument. So he drove out of his way to drop the other guy off first, just so we could continue the argument. 90. I was like, Sean, we just been arguing for 90 minutes, and you know I'm right, dude. Come on. I said I appealed to his sanity at the very end. I was like, dude.
The thing is, you can literally win the argument in one scene. With one scene, face off at the beginning and the shootout in the airport, having a great scene until you see the strings pull a stuntman back, and that's still in it.
True.
You don't see any strings in Hard Boiled. You do in Face Off. Fuck off.
Right. Now I didn't. Now at that time, I don't think I would have noticed the strings. I don't even remember them. I'd have to watch it. And pay attention.
Oh, they're there.
They're there. I'll
notice
They're there.
a couple of times actually. Yeah, and then they're just the obvious stuntmen as well at various points.
Yeah,
as well.
He suffers from like that recency bias that's been going on now for a while, where Prey is the best Predator movie, or whatever.
Life is better than Christopher Reeve movies.
Sure, this new Superman movie, it's like this new movie's not even better than Man of Steel. So it's like, stop it. Anyways, all of these things, it's like, this is just this recency thing. This is the best, or whatever. I was like, guys, no. So I appealed to him at the very end. I said, Sean, close your eyes, man. Think about Hard Boiled. Like, it's crazy. It's like 40 minutes of guns at the end. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I don't know. And then like a couple of weeks later, follow me. He's like, yeah, rewatch Hard Boiled. That's like way better. I'm like, Sean, you're gonna kill me.
90 minutes of my life gone, sir. Gone.
I did enjoy that 90 minutes, though. I have to admit, I really enjoyed that. So I mean, I can't, back then.
J-Man gets like 10 minutes max out of most of us, and we're like, okay, fine, whatever,
like,
whatever.
We're beaten down, like whatever.
No, Sean will not.
You win.
No, Sean. This Sean knows.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sean knows that the other Sean, he's the Terminator. He can't be bargained with. He can't be reasoned with. He will not.
He will not stop.
And I'm the T-1000. He's the T. Like, I'm just like the better version.
This is a Juggernaut and a Blob situation. One's unstoppable, one's unmovable, and we're just gonna see what happens at the end of this.
But
like a month later, you're like, and another thing. It's like,
right.
Okay, here we go again.
We'll still go with
Another 90 minutes.
But what's funny is that now whenever I watch Face Off, I'm like, my memory of Face Off is like, it's not as good as Hard Boiled. And it's like, because it's like my mom went to go see Face Off, and then she came back. She's like, Jace. She calls me Jace. She's like, Jace, I saw Face Off. That was great. I was like, it's not as good as Hard Boiled.
Right.
It's like, why? She's like, you didn't like Face Off. I was like, no, I really liked Face Off. I'm like, damn it, now this thing's in my head.
See, I like Face Off, but I don't love Face Off, and I've never loved it. I don't think I could ever get over just the ridiculousness of the concept. And like Nicolas Cage was just so over the top, and he was just so Nick. Well, I love Nick Cage, but
I thought Broken Arrow was better than Face Off.
Actually,
I also think so too, but I also think Hard Target's better than Broken Arrow.
Oh, Hard Target's my favorite.
Hard Target is his.
That's not even a questionable statement there, J-Man. We're all going
to guess what? Guess which two people had an argument on that movie?
I don't know.
I don't even argue with people who would say that. I bet get the fuck out of my house.
We walked out of Broken Arrow. The other Sean and me walked out of Broken Arrow. He's like, man, I think that was better than Hard Target. I'm like, Sean, you're crazy. That one didn't take that long. I said, it's Van Damme with the mullet. Are you effing crazy or what?
That one's easy to win.
That was easy. And he's like, I was like, it's Van Damme. He removed his trench coat and it was his leg.
Unholstered his leg.
His leg.
Yeah. Unholstered his leg.
You should have heard it click when he did
it. And Lance Henriksen. Right.
Hey, the gun pops back.
Yes.
He's got the same gun.
Got the gun.
Yeah.
He's got
that
the gun.
was awesome to see. And the I Come in Peace gun pops up in this thing. The Calico M950, the infinite bullet gun.
Yep.
It's in the hospital, and it just appears.
The muzzle fire is like,
oh my God, I forgot about
oh,
that.
and it's everything. And John, you nailed it, man. Everything explodes when a bullet hits it. That shotgun. It took out people on opposite sides of the rooms in one shot. That's how good the shotgun was with Chow Yun-Fat shooting it. It was so awesome. But I read that it was 100,000 rounds of blank ammo that they went through in this movie. It has a kill count of 307. I read that going, what the fuck? Where? And then I got to the end of the movie and went, oh. Also, you want bad guys watch this movie
They're
because
pieces of garbage.
they are garbage. They are shooting anyone, everyone
In a
They
hospital.
in a hospital. They don't question the boss when he goes, kill them all.
Yeah.
And they
Except Mad Dog.
babies.
Yeah.
And that was an awesome scene when
Mhm.
Mad Dog and him are it's face off, are facing off in that room, and the camera is on their faces, and then the camera lowers and you see all the people crouched down on the floor. And I'm like, holy fuck. And the way they slowly put their guns down, John Woo visually blocking his shots and creating this world is amazing. And it's like an opera. It's like a ballet opera, a little bit mixed. He's telling a story without saying words.
Mhm.
And they set those down, and those people, and they're getting out. Mad Dog's like, go ahead and go. You're like, oh, fuck this guy. And like, all right, cool, I'm down. And then immediately that fucking piece of shit walks in there and just mows everyone down. I'm like, I'm shocked. I had not seen that scene before. And I'm just, my mouth is dropped going, the fuck did I just watch? These people were out. Like the bad guy henchman's letting them leave. Boss guy comes in, blows them all down, and then the Mad Dog turns on the guy. And I was like, this is fucking amazing. And then he brings out another random ass shotgun, freaking rotary gun that I've not seen. It's like, this is awesome. Like, it's a master class of action.
Well, then
and they're dicks for no reason. Like, there's no need to like.
They're
There's
just
no
evil.
need.
Yeah.
They're just evil, and there's no backstory.
They've lost. Like, there's no getting out of this.
Oh yeah. They're screwed. Yeah,
And it's just like, you're all coming with me kind of attitude.
Yeah, and that's that character. He felt comical throughout the movie until this point. Like, he was little, out there, but then it was all of a sudden this switch of, oh, you are a vile piece of shit, but I like my villains like that. I want to watch that villain die at the end of this movie. And his death, dude, loved his death in this movie when Chow Yun-fat shoots him through the fucking eyeball. And they show, I know it's a dummy head, but it was still cool as hell looking. I didn't care. I love, dude, there's so much in-camera action in this from the just no-name stunt guys getting shot and being launched in the air, and then it would slow-mo on some of them just to show the chaos that, like John was talking about. There's not a boring spot on screen during the fights. You could watch this movie 100 times and put your eye at a different focus point, and you will see something different every time you watch it. And that's genius right there. It's like, I don't want you to find the boring part of this movie. I want no matter where you look to be right in your face. Dialogue, that's probably my one small gripe about this movie, is it's a little clunky,
but it's translated, so I never really.
I always give it that little bit of it's a translation type thing, and it doesn't translate exactly to what they were probably saying. But there's also some scenes that even without translation, I was kind of laughing, like, this is a little ridiculous, but I'm having a ball watching him talking about killing that cop. Yeah. You didn't kill him. No, he's fine. No, I wasn't a cop. You're totally fine.
Yeah.
Go, I killed a cop once. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, it was this thing. Did I kill a cop? You sure as fuck did. Now let's go do shit.
Yeah, but that entire sequence, they're in one room shooting everybody. They go up an elevator and then they start shooting more people. It's still going from that one camera take.
Still talking about. Also, if you look real close when they get in the elevator, a dead body rolls because it was laying in the elevator door, and you see the person roll their body out of the way so that the doors can close because it doesn't cut. Because I was like, did somebody just fucking move? And I backed up, and you see this body roll out of the way, and the doors close.
He's dead from before. So
he's dead from before, but they were like, you're in the way. Roll.
It was the wind. I also love, we haven't mentioned this shit. I think one of the most ingenious parts is the messages through the sending flowers and working out the code with the singing. I just thought that was such a cool idea. Just a way of telling the story.
Putting the rose in her pocket, I really like.
Yeah,
I thought, because you see it happen and you're like, well, that was kind of weird. It's also it's also cut kind of odd too whenever he does that. But I'm like, and then later when she pulls it out, it's like, you've had it on you the whole time. You could have emptied this place 20 minutes ago and we'd have been in a better position, but you just found it. I liked her. I thought she was pretty badass. When she shoots that dude after he slaps the shit out of her,
like she's pointing a gun at him. He's like, and she's just like why would you slap, even if it's a girl, like a lady, like she's holding a fucking gun on you and he slaps her. It's like,
if I'm gonna get shot, I'm gonna pimp slap you first.
Right?
Right.
And she shot him a couple times too. Was it just one shot or was it a couple times?
Oh, it was a bunch of times. She allowed him.
Yeah, it's like
plugged him 3 times.
Nobody gets shot just once. It's like
nobody gets shot. Like, even the Anthony Wong, when you're talking about him getting shot in the head, he shoots him in the head and then he shoots him again when he goes down to the ground. It's
he walks up to him.
I think the shot to the eye pretty much covered that base.
But I think you nailed it. No one gets shot just once unless. I mean, even our heroes. Well, Chow Yun
in the John Woo movie, yeah.
Chow Yun got shot one time, but that's to show he's not Superman.
Right.
Basically, that's the whole reason he got that shot. But Alan got shot multiple times. He got a whole shotgun blast down his back. I was like, my God, that was insane. And he's still going around kicking ass the rest of the
movie. He shot himself.
But why did he shoot himself in the gut? It's like, if I was going to shoot myself to like distract so that way he could, I would have been like, but like you could have seriously, I mean, not saying that you can't die from there too, because it can hit some or do something, but it's like a gut shots are pretty much 99%.
I think he wanted to die, and then
he probably did.
I think that was the thing. He's like, I've lived long enough.
He's like, damn it, I'm still alive. I guess I'm gonna go sailing.
I read that
forgive himself or whatever.
John Woo intended for him to die. That was his plan. Yeah. And the studio and even Chow Yun Fat was like, no, he needs to live. We need this hero moment at the end. And even he fought it so much, even though he agreed to it. That's why the ending is a little, if you think about it, it's a little ambiguous. That it could be him. Have you ever seen I know what you're gonna say, like he's dead and it's just like he's in heaven now, thinking like this is not really real or whatever. Just the memory of him is alive.
No, but he's like bandaged up. I don't think he'd be bandaged up.
There's a movie at the end of it that all the bad guy, they're gangsters, but they're all on a boat and they all say boat drinks at the end. And they're dead. They're in heaven on this boat. It's got Garcia.
Andy Garcia
in it.
Things to do in Denver when you're dead.
Things to do in Denver when you're dead. It's got my buddy Nick was in that, and he was talking about that whole ending scene that they're basically dead. And that's the end of the movie. And he always said boat drinks to everybody whenever you met him. But that's how I felt. I took this ending. He's on the sailboat. He's all in white. They say the thing where he's like, I'll just go to Antarctica. It's like, that's a random ass place to say you would just run away to. But I took it. It's kind of like Chow Yun's fat way of like, yeah, he's dead. It may look like this is like the studio thinks I kept him alive, but he's actually dead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, as Gary saying, I agree. I'm so sick and tired of the sympathetic villain. And the sympathetic villain is fine occasionally, but people have kind of forgotten how to do like a really good bad guy, so to speak.
They're scared to do it. I think they're like,
they're offending somebody because somebody like, I'm offended because this is offensive to such and such an idiot or whatever.
Right.
Well, it's like in that scene you were talking, Charlie, did you mention it, like where he mowed down like the innocent people after
Mad Dog lets him go.
Mad Dog let him go. But yeah, did you hear what Anthony Wong says after that? He's like, why did you do that? He's like, I'll kill anybody that gets in my way. I'm like, the guy's on crutches. Just give him a second to get out of the way. So you don't get out of your way. He's like on crutches.
The fact that his arsenal's in the hospital. Yeah,
this was all planned. That was the big reveal for me, because I was trying to find the underlying story, because it's pretty much just gangs against gangs. And then Chow Yun Fat and this undercover cop, finding out who each other are and then teaming up unwillingly for the first part. But I was like, what is the what's the end game here? What's the goal? And then they end up in that secret room in the morgue. And I'm just like, the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening? And then they finally drop the info of, oh yeah, they built this thing under this hospital. They're looking at blueprints or something,
Yeah.
and they built this entire fortress under there. And then you see all the weapons, and I was like, oh. And then it's like, oh, he has built-in hostages. His contingency plan, if he ever finds out, or anyone finds out, we'll just blow it all the fuck up. They'll, who gives? He even drops a line of next time I'll put it under a police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Well, even when they used to have a somewhat sympathetic villain, there would be another villain who was bad. Like it wouldn't
Yeah.
be the only villain is a sympathetic one. Like there would always be, like Mad Dog was like, well, he showed a little bit of, like honor at the end there.
It's more honor than sympathy, I think. I like how you said that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
bit
he's
at the
like,
very
I'm
end.
badass. I don't need to kill innocent people. It's
Right,
like I'm going to
that's
kill
the-
somebody who's worthy.
Yeah, I can kill someone who's going to be a challenge to me.
Yeah.
Even the way they shot that was great because they both land and they're pointing, and then the way the camera is, it's like this. So you don't see, like, why are they not shooting?
You see
And then-
nothing.
And then they cut and then it pans. You're like, oh my God, there's a shit ton of people right there. And then they're just like, slowly, okay, put it down. He's like, go. And then they're just waiting for, it's like a quick draw, waiting for that last guy to move.
It was
And then
so
thing
good.
comes in, boom.
And then even Mad Dog is waving them on. So it's not just
Yeah.
Alan waving them
Mad
on.
Dog actually is the one who
Mad
waves.
Dog waves them on. And you're talking about the guy that was going to go, he tried to kill, he does kill that guy in the hospital, Fox, whatever his name was.
Foxy.
Cuts his,
Foxy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Foxy. Cuts his throat, blood spray up on the wall. This guy's a piece of shit. This guy's also been shot like 200 times in this movie, and he's still going in this thing.
When your name is Mad Dog, you are invincible. It's like Mad Dog in the Raid is also the same.
I was just going to say
Yes!
that. Yeah.
Dude, I love Mad Dog in the Raid. That guy's badass. He's
And they're
one of
tiny.
the-
They're not like big guys by any stretch of the imagination,
Yeah.
but they're like
Yep.
ferocious Wolverines. It's like,
when he gets that fight in the John Wick, was it part 3 where he's one of the twins? Mad Dog does. Oh, dude, that's insane. But no, this one I liked. I wanted to hate the villains, even the no-name henchmen just mowing people down. I was cheering every time they get shot and blown through the building. And then it's also comes a point where I'm like, I don't know who's good or bad. Like people are just flying. There's a couple times Chow Yun Fat and Alan are shooting, and I'm like, I don't know if those are bad guys. I really can't tell.
how do you because
Collateral
there's like
damage.
cops, there's bad guys, one's dressed as a doctor. It's like they're just I think their thing was like, if they're pointing a gun at me, I'm shooting them type of
Right.
thing.
I mean, that's fair enough, but there was times where it's just like, I have no idea who is good, who's bad. It's just all out chaos. And then they're just the babies in this movie. I don't
and
know
they're
why.
putting the cotton in there.
The
That's
cotton
cute.
in the ears. I just want to ask John Woo why. Like what was going through your head where you went, this movie's missing something? You know what it needs? Like 50 babies that they've got to save. And these poor SWAT guys now are on baby
I think
duty.
the reason for that is, what is the most innocent thing imaginable? And you're like a newborn baby or whatever, so you have the most innocent thing imaginable and the most evil thing imaginable, and then the two juxtapositions there.
Absolutely.
It
Well,
definitely
then-
kept the tension up because
Dude.
there's so much gun. Everyone was like, everyone died. Men, women, crippled. Everyone is equally getting mowed down. So you're like, oh my God, are they going to go for that? It actually built the tension because you're like, oh, they would never kill a baby. Well, would they have killed like 7 crippled women and like a wheelchair guy? It's like, well,
They
I
did.
guess no, but they did do that. It's like,
Yeah.
So you're sitting there thinking, and I've seen this 100 times. I was sitting there thinking, they didn't kill one of the babies. That'd be crazy.
Because that first
But then
one-
even that, you're questioning, like, well, are they gonna? And then even though it's like he gets shot, it's like, oh shit, how's the baby? Oh, like it's crazy.
the first baby they drop out the window with the SWAT guy, and he's coming
Yeah.
out. When that fucker comes
Yes.
out the window
Yeah,
and just starts spraying bullets and hits the SWAT guy,
yeah.
I'm like raised up, like, oh fuck,
Yeah, you're
they're
like,
gonna
"Holy
do it.
shit." Yeah.
They're gonna do it, and he's barely holding on to that, and he gets to that end, and he goes, "Take the baby," and they take it from him, and I'm just like, I couldn't breathe. I was not breathing at that moment. That's how good that scene was, because I was like, they're gonna do it. They're so pieces of shit. They're gonna kill a baby. They don't. I think there's not one kid dies in this, but
No.
there's bullets whizzing by them.
But they
and
wanted to, or they
and they
didn't care.
they splattered blood on a baby's face
Yes.
that I laughed out loud when he gets shot, and then it panned over to that baby, and it's its eyes are huge, and it's like, the fuck just happened to me?
And he covers an X-rated action. He covers the baby's eyes.
It reminded me of Fast and Furious when Jason Statham saves the baby out of the airplane. I went, that's where that's from. I know exactly what they're paying homage to with the baby with the headphones on, listening to the music. I was like, it's this movie. It's Hard Boiled. That's where they got that entire montage from.
Just going on to the villains, where Gary was saying the villain's supposed to be offensive, and we've had this discussion before, but they need to bring back epic bad guy deaths. Like, bad guys don't die spectacularly anymore or ridiculously, and like, I want to see people hanging from missiles and saying "you're fired" and then fucking fired it. I mean, that's just epic. I want more of that. I want "you're discharged, Sarge." And which is to this day my all-time favorite bad guy. This is Universal Soldier. No one has ever topped that for me. But yeah, I mean, John Wick has some good kills in it. Like, he kills a guy with a book and stuff like that. But in terms of, you know how, like, whenever you watch a fight scene and you're like so emotionally involved with it, you're like, kill this motherfucker, you know, and then whenever he kills him, you're like, yeah. But with John Wick, you're sort of like, okay, on to the next one, on to the next one. And it's just
right.
Video gamey. There's no like emotional thing in it.
There's always another level that they set up in that one, so you know it's not the bad guy. Even at the end of the movie, you're like, there's someone else, you know. So it takes a little bit of the edge off.
But like with Johnny in this, like, I can't wait to see this fucker get what he deserves, and he does. He finally gets it.
I just wanted to go back to the babies. We were talking about the babies, and they're actually, this was rewritten because Tony Leung was supposed to be the bad guy, and he was going to be a psychotic killer who was poisoning baby formula and killing babies, and that's why they were in the hospital at the end in the first place. They were trying to save the babies, but they rewrote it, and then they kept the hospital finale in it. So that's
dark as fuck right there, man.
That's what John Woo said. John Woo said, "This is ridiculous. We're not doing this." And then he just totally like
you have to think, you know, maybe that won't make money.
Yeah, and it's like, let's make him an undercover cop who's feeling bad for himself, and it's just like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, you could say, oh yeah, there's not that much to it or whatever. It doesn't need to be. You know, it's a tale of redemption for Alan, and just, you know, because of all the shit that he's done being undercover and whatever. And there's something about undercover movies I always find there's just an underlying tension all the way through it. You're just like, is it going to get caught? Is it going to get caught? And, you know, you just never know. And there's just that thing that just keeps it going. And that's what works about them.
Before we know he's undercover, he kills who we think is his uncle, the other mob boss guy. And then he's like, yeah, I know I'm going to die, but let your brothers or cousins or whoever it was, let them live, let them go. And even he's like talking to him like, yeah, maybe we should let them go. And then he turns around and mows them all down. Like, and he looks emotional at the end of that. That one was that's where I think it gets to that point where he's like, I've done some really vile shit. Even though I'm a good guy cop, I don't deserve to get out of this cleanly. You know, it kind of leads more to the ending where he probably should have died.
Yeah. We're thinking back when they first, the two guns to the heads and then click, and then he doesn't shoot him. That's the first where you're like, okay, well, what the hell's going on?
There was that little bit. Yeah.
That was weird. He looked weird when he mowed those guys down. That he had a weird expression on his face. Like, okay, he looks like he's not that happy, but then you're thinking, well, they were his kind of guys too. So, you know, but then, when he doesn't kill Chow Yun-fat, it's like, oh, he didn't kill him. And Mad Dog didn't see. Mad Dog didn't see that.
No, because there's all the smoke.
All the smoke.
So he didn't see anything. Yeah. I think he was unconscious or something.
He was unconscious. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So see, that was interesting. And I had fun watching some of the Gen Z reacts to whatever. And I watched them do it Hard Boiled. And it was like, same, like first time watching Hard Boiled. And they're like, hey, what the hell? That's weird. It's like, it's like, if you don't know, you're like, oh yeah, why didn't he shoot him right there? Like, he's just killed a ton of other guys. Like, why would he care?
He did it real. John Woo nailed that part of this. Like, he gets you wrapped up into it. And the dialogue, like I said, it feels a little clunky. It's not bad, though. He's telling a good story, and I'm involved in it. Chow Yun-fat is a dick in this movie, and I am here for it. I love when my good guy is just, I don't give a fuck. Like John was saying, like, he's talking to his chief, and he's like, you're in my office. Why are you talking? I own this building, bitch. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I was just like, this is awesome. And everyone looking through the windows,
like eating popcorn. They're like,
exactly.
Well, his partner got killed. Okay, his partner has been shot 47 times, and he's like, okay, are you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. It's like, no, stay back. It's like, no, I'm good. No, you're not good.
You're pretty fucking far from okay.
Yeah, this entire side of you is bloody.
He kicks him too, doesn't he? Like he's on the other side of the door and he kicks him away.
Yeah.
But when he walked, I love that when he walked in the beginning, he's like, holy shit. Like, he walked into like a rain of bullets.
It was just,
and I love the flip, the big money shot when he was like, and he jumps on the table. And it's like it's going through his table, like rolling.
Yes.
And he falls like right there perfectly. You're like, what? I remember as a kid, we're like, this is the first 10 minutes. I can't believe how awesome this is. Like, me and my buddy were like, I can't believe this is the greatest movie ever. It's just like, just that. And then just, because you're like, oh, you should have brought me for questions. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
that guy's a piece of shit. Just shoot him in the face.
Or
Camera.
you got Chow Yun Fat leaping over a flaming bike coming towards him. Like,
that is badass.
He's like, I could just jump over it, or I could leap and fire my shotgun as I go over it. It's like, yeah,
that's maybe my favorite moment of the film. Actually, I love that. I love scenes like that.
Yeah, because
there's
it's
two
like
of those, right? Like
John Woo gives you more. He's like, I could do this, but this is so much better. It's like that's why
I read that they reshot the scene of Chow Yun Fat running with the explosions because the first time the explosions were happening too far behind him, and then they redid it, and John Woo's actually the one pushing the button, and it's getting closer and closer to Chow Yun Fat, and they got done with it, and Chow Yun Fat got done, and he looks up and he goes, did we get it? And they went, yeah. And he goes, that motherfucker.
He's like, you're fine. We got the scene. Shut up. Just like, let's move on.
Yeah.
You gotta suffer for your art. Like the power for shark, but I had to die, damn it. Yeah. Terminator 1 smooshed that damn robot. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, a great kill. But that's a villain that we know doesn't give a shit. It's an unstoppable killing machine. When I got my gangsters, I like knowing that no matter what, they're gonna do what they need to do to get out of it. And that's what this guy does. Like, if I'm going to escape, I'm going to kill everyone in here if I have to. I don't care. When he launches that C4 down into the bottom after blowing that hole up into the air duct and everything, I was just cracking up at just some of how it felt Looney Tunes at one point, and then it just turns right back into badass action, and I don't give a shit how Looney Tunes it felt. I was waiting for Acme to be on every one of those C4 bombs, and I don't know how the timers work, because the timers were going up in time the whole time. Like, I don't even know how much time we have left, or any. This guy's like, go ahead, run them around and just stick them anywhere. It'll be fine. We're just going to blow everything up.
But every action movie needs to have conveniently placed oil barrels everywhere. Like, anytime you watch any action movie, you see like the blue barrels just everywhere, and there's going to explode at some point. And you just someone brought that to my attention years ago, and I've just noticed it every time I watch any of these old action movies. I'm like, oh yeah, there's the barrels. Just wait to see what happens there.
When they blow up, they go up magnificently. It's like they fly, like
they launch
all over, launch every. It's like when there's a car chase and there's a produce vendor in the street. You're like, that shit's done.
Well, you get that, or if there's a pile of skids, some car's going to go up in the middle of air. It's the Delta Force scenario. Every time the buggies jump over something, there's a pile of boxes or crates, so it's hiding the ramp so that the dune buggy flies into the air. It's like every time, it's the canon way of doing stuff.
Wayne's World 2, it's like, you got to make sure there's plenty of crates stacked up here, and it's like, well, we just got to make sure that this glass is being moved back and forth. Got to just make sure that we're moving it always to the right
particular reason. No particular reason at all.
Okay. It's the strangest at the time.
Where's the glass? Damn it! Start walking.
Has anybody, just random subject change, but has anybody seen The Naked Gun yet? The new one with Liam Neeson?
I have not. I heard good things.
I'll watch it on streaming, I think.
Yeah, I was sort of like, I don't really care about seeing it in the cinema. I was like, going to the movies is so expensive now. I'm like, I'll just wait. And it's more comedy than action, so nobody's like, why didn't you review this? I'm like, I'll maybe when I have streaming, I don't really care.
It's one of those things, like, I'm surprised it didn't go streaming. Like, this got a theatrical release. I'm like,
it's been a hit though, so I mean, it's nice to see a comedy actually make money and actually get out, because like most comedy doesn't really exist anymore. It's not shite.
No,
politically incorrect comedy. 'cause
Yeah,
they don't get
exactly.
any-
And that's the only decent kind of comedy. So,
Well, otherwise, what's the
Because
point?
that's what's
Yeah.
funny.
exactly. So next week, is it Rolling Vengeance we're doing, or we'll be
Yes.
doing Heat the week after?
Yeah.
We're doing Rolling Vengeance next.
Yes, Rolling
Because
Vengeance.
I just got Heat on 4K and I'm
Yeah.
off. I'm on vacation that entire week. I'm
Yeah.
still going to come to the stream, but because of my vacation, I can watch a 3-hour 4K
Mm.
movie properly versus like
Enjoy it. Yeah.
I just watched Rolling Vengeance right now before starting the stream. I'd never seen it before.
Oh, really? That,
So-
that movie
Oh.
gets me so fucking stressed. I was watching it earlier.
I was super stressed.
And I was just like, I hate these fucking guys so much.
Right?
I was incredibly stressed, and I had a stressful day today.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes it worse.
And I thought, let me sit down and watch this because this is a cool movie with the big truck and all that. And I was like, I didn't know what it was. Literally while it started, I was like, wait a minute. And I actually paused it. I never do this, but I had
See,
to.
I had to stop it because I was so annoyed.
I was so annoyed. No, I paused it. I'm like, I'm going to read on Wikipedia. I was like, this is a revenge. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man. I was like, well, I've already started it. Let's just finish it off. And I was so angry. And I was like, I can't wait to see all these people die.
I love
it.
Anyway, to be continued next week.
continued.
But
What
yeah,
are
yeah,
we
yeah,
doing
yeah.
Talking about it. What are you doing?
No, not saying shit.
So yeah, then Heat, and then a week after we Firewalker, just because I randomly watched it on the plane yesterday. So,
I swear to God, you guys make me laugh so much because I'm always at work and I can't respond, but I can look at my phone real quick and I
Yeah.
always get your note. And like you guys, I'm like, I have no fucking idea what we're watching for next week. I'm like, I'm trying to go through it and I'm like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
I'm
Rolling
like,
It was
Vengeance.
supposed to, well, Charlie thought it was Rolling Vengeance, but I thought it was Heat. But
I
then
thought
I
that's
said,
what
can
we
we
said.
swap it? Because
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be Heat initially, and then once you
Was it?
said that, I said that's fine. So, yeah,
so Rolling Vengeance is next week.
So Rolling
Yeah.
Vengeance is next week,
Next week.
and then Heat the week after, and then Firewalker the week after that, and then we'll worry about what's next.
I'm
week.
writing it on my calendar as
Yeah,
he
right.
just said it right there.
I'll write Firewalker as well.
Yeah, I have
So it's Rolling
surprised that
Vengeance, Heat.
I can't believe I've
Firewalker.
actually remained awake tonight because like I'm so jet lagged. I nearly fell asleep at work today. Oh, there's Brennan. Hey, Brennan,
What's up, Brennan?
what's going on? Just in time for the end.
Sup with you.
Anybody have any cool streams or anything coming up?
We're
I,
doing.
I actually have something to talk about that's pretty cool. Before I got on this with you guys, I have I just talked to William Kaufman for Osiris and Linz Edwards, who plays Nash in the movie, and that was a great fucking conversation.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I was
Awesome.
supposed to speak with William, and but we were like texting back and forth, and then it didn't happen. So I was like, "Oh, the movie's out now." So no.
I harassed him, I guess, because I asked
Yeah.
him before, and he said yes, but then it didn't work out. And I was like, so I
Yeah.
texted him 2 days ago, and I was like, hey, and it was like, so
I'm
yeah.
too busy with like my day job and everything else. So I was like, "You have a window
Me
of
too.
opportunity," and now I'm too busy again. So it's like, it's all right.
Wow.
Maybe for the next one, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, do you know what you got? You used to do a good cool one on a Sunday.
We're doing
Green
Green
Knight.
Night
Green Night.
oh,
Oh, that
on
was a good one.
Sunday. So Charlie will be first time watching it. I don't know,
First
Sean,
time.
if you're coming or not, because Sean's watched it, and we did a stream on it before, but
Yeah.
we actually did a stream on it when it first came out because I got really pumped up for it. But I'm rereading the poem. I've got a couple of different translations. I'm reading the Tolkien. Chris Tolkien. What's the kid's name? Christopher Tolkien.
Christopher Tolkien. Yeah.
So he did a translation of the poem.
Yeah,
so
Sir
I got that.
Gawain.
Okay.
Yeah, Sir Gawain and
Yeah,
the Green Knight.
Yeah.
So I've got that translation as well. Plus I actually have the movie translation, which is just a translation of the poem, not the movie translated. But anyway, so I got that one too. So yeah, that's what we're
I'm
doing.
going in blind, so I'm
so
nothing
excited
about it.
because
So,
Owen and Ed, I had them over.
Yeah,
And
we loved
I
it.
usually
Yeah.
try to watch. We try to watch cooler things. And I thought, well, I wasn't sure. Like Green Knight, it's like I think it's really neat, but it's definitely not the typical thing that you would watch at my place. Like we'd watch, like fun movies or whatever.
Yeah.
Like some of these weird Italian.
I've still got to
movies.
come over to yours to watch. Was it Dead Alive or something? Like I remember.
Oh
it
my
was,
god! I just did a Dead Alive stream a couple of weeks ago on this guy's horror channel, and he had never seen it before. And he's like, "This is literally." I said, "What do you think about what gory means?" He's like, "Well, I thought this was pretty gory." I was like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah.
We'll
watched
show
Dead
you.
Alive-
Go.
Yeah, Dead Alive unrated. He's like, this is like the hard boiled. Dead Alive is the hard boiled
Of gore.
Of gore.
Yeah.
Like
the word gore didn't exist until Dead Alive came out. That's the way
Right.
you have to look at it.
yeah, like the last 40 minutes of hard boiled of the gunfire is the last whatever 35
Fif-
minutes or whatever. I mean,
15, 20 minutes, I think is the last.
that's that. But they're even leading up to that.
It's gross leading up to that.
Is that
It's
the one where they
crazy.
have the lawnmower type thing?
Yes, the law.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And the
yeah,
unrated
okay.
version, he goes for a second pass. In the original version,
Fair
he goes
enough. Fair
through,
enough.
he
You see,
lawnmowers
I haven't
it.
seen it at all, so like I definitely need to,
Oh,
to watch it at some point.
it's
Anyway.
good.
It's an experience. Let me tell you.
Peter Jackson, man, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Where the hell is he now? Anyway, like
I think he just produces
Rich.
stuff.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Rich.
Rich.
I like it.
Yeah.
Rich. I don't
Yeah.
have to do shit.
Yeah. Right. He's like, I could just fuck around.
I think
Just
that
do what I
making the
want.
Hobbit movies kind of did him in a bit because there was a lot of stress in there,
Yeah.
and he wasn't even supposed to direct it. It was supposed to be Guillermo del Toro, so I think there was all kinds of hassle there, or whatever. But I thought he was a great director. I'd love to see him do more stuff. Go back to doing some
Absolutely.
horror.
He's done. Yeah.
I wish he'd get back to his roots, man, because he's a great
Yeah.
horror
I
director.
don't know if you realize this, but the beginning of Dead Alive takes place on Skull Island.
Yeah, it does.
People miss that. It says Skull Island, and people
It's-
miss that a lot.
It's right there.
It's
So it's
right
canon
there.
in the MonsterVerse then.
It's canon. It's canon.
It is.
Yeah. It's well, then he made King Kong or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you
He
could
did
tell he
King
was a
Kong.
guy from the beginning. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway.
Oh, nice. So yeah, so next week, Rolling Vengeance, where a guy uses a monster truck to take revenge after some pieces of shit attack his family. Oh god, those pieces of shit. Anyway, so we'll get into that next week.
Charlie's
So,
dream come true.
Oh, I love this movie, guys.
Oh, I do too. I
oh, this should be a fun chat anyway. So yeah, so remember, if you are watching, you are the action lead, and we'll see you next week.